Alright, I'm glad we're all enjoying the Yuliang Spring Festival, but we can't be horsing around right now. Salem Electric just unveiled their newest model, and we're going to give it a little test run right in their base. Remember where you face down Tatra? Your mission starts there. We'll send some grade 3 twin rocket launchers and plenty of ammo. This mission will be done in groups of 3. There are 2 launchers for each member, and a rocket ammo for each member. But you have to give back the leftovers afterwards, you can't keep it. You'll have a minute and a half to prepare. If you are done sooner, just move up to the door, and once everyone is there, we'll send you down a little early. Getting up to the line here should be enough. Keep in mind, the mission does not take place here, so do not use any support airdrops other than any weapons you want or a glider, and you cannot summon anything once you're in the main arena for the mission. And don't worry about if you go down. We can send you back in after 15 seconds and you will keep the weapons and ammo you had before. When you get there will be 2 doors and the main event in the back. Out of the door on the left will be the TRICERA prototype. Out of the right will be the STEGO prototype. And then TRISTEGO will come out from the back. These strikers are built without liquid armor or the mine bridge system, so don't worry about armor constantly popping up during the fight. I'll walk you through the stages first, then the weapons, then some strategies. First up will be TRICERA prototype being carried in by some airdrop support drones. It has access to the Gatling gun, mosquito drones, howitzer, and chlorite pulse. After being destroyed, it'll be put in timeout in the corner by the door to think about its mistakes. After this occurs, some mosquito drones will be released, creating walls of lasers similar to an old game Alessio told me about once. They start at the far end of the room and move to the front, instantly destroying your liquid shield if you are hit, even as a TRICERA. First up are vertical lasers. You can just stand between those. Then, horizontal ones, you'll need to make a small hop. A quick press of the jump should be enough to dodge these. After this, you just need to make the same small hop again to avoid the horizontal and vertical lasers coming simultaneously. After this, make sure you're on the left side of the room, as the vertical and horizontal lasers will double up except for a few gaps on the left side. There is a slim space to move between them, but it's much safer to just go into the larger gaps. After this, there'll be a set of horizontal lasers, which are hard but not impossible to go between, much like the prior ones, on the lower half of the room, and then the same on the top. So you simply need to go up high, then quick drop down to avoid them. After this, the right door will open and STEGO prototype will be brought out by airdrop support drones. It utilizes the same chlorite pulse, along with rocket pods, rapid rocket pods, and the haze storm burst alongside its own stasis field. Once defeated, both prototypes will be dropped into the magma below, as TRISTEGO will enter the ring and destroy a majority of the floor, revealing magma below. Don't worry about where you are when this occurs though, as you'll be moved out to the outer ring where you'll be safely standing. There'll only be an outer ring and the center platform, and the outer ring will be destroyed over time. TRISTEGO will be on the center platform, and will utilize all attacks from the prior forms amped up even further. Now, how do these attacks work? The Gatling guns used by TRICERA prototype and TRISTEGO replace the Growler and Mediator Gatling guns from TRICERA. They deal major damage but will only sweep across the ground. Jump over them and they won't be able to hit you at all. And if it's facing right at you as it starts, you're safe from the first bits, as it will start them on either side of you. But it will crisscross them when coming back around. It will start in the center, bring them out, bring them back, crossing them, bring them out again before bringing them back one last time, stopping where it started, meaning you'll be safe again at the end if you are perfectly center with it. The mosquito drones replace the fiddler drones from TRICERA. TRICERA prototype releases 3 drones that can be destroyed. They attack with a nasty bit of damage but will indicate their attack right before doing it, allowing for a dodge. They can be destroyed, taking 5 shots from the launchers we provide. TRISTEGO will send out 6 of them in groups of 3 that will destroy 2 chunks of what little area you have to stand on, but they will not be used for combat. The rocket pods replace STEGO's Boxer rocket pod, and they are used by STEGO prototype and TRISTEGO. They can be stopped quite easily by any anti-missile system, but they are more than making up for it with their homing capabilities. The rapid rocket pods replace STEGO's Choir rocket pod. It sends up rockets in clusters that can be destroyed, but the sheer number and homing capabilities will ensure that you'll have to dodge around quite a bit to avoid taking damage. The Haze Storm Burst, as I'll be calling it, replaces the Gatekeeper Haze Diffuser. It shoots out chlorite haze in 4 directions: front, back, and to the sides of STEGO, prototype, and TRISTEGO based on where it's standing. TRISTEGO will turn to aim them at different areas of the map in 3 bursts. Getting hit with it will mess with your lock-on and deals massive damage, rapidly draining your health and liquid shields. The stasis field releases a shield much like STEGO's stasis field drones, but with better coverage, and is completely indestructible. Don't let the health bar fool you. When STEGO prototype uses it, it only appears on the front of the behemoth, but when TRISTEGO uses it, it faces towards the STEGO form side, so when in TRICERA form, the shield will be on the back. The howitzer replaces the hitter howitzer from TRICERA. The howitzer is a solid weapon in TRICERA prototype's hand, firing off 3 powerful shots, but for TRISTEGO, it's one of its best weapons. When in TRICERA form, it's able to shoot 3 flaming howitzer shots, which will change trajectory if they nearly miss. Furthermore, it can spew out a blast of fire as a flamethrower. It won't move during this attack, so it's easy enough to just dodge to the side to avoid taking massive damage. For the howitzer's final move as TRISTEGO, the howitzer will charge up and fire a red laser. Unlike the attack on Makalu, the attack will only shoot out a single quick shot as opposed to 3 large blasts. And it won't hit if you have something like STEGO's shield up or aren't standing still. But absolutely do not let it hit you. It does not end well. During the execution attack, TRISTEGO is completely invulnerable and cannot be locked onto. Chlorite Pulse, as I'm calling it, is a move that all 3 units will use. The Chlorite Pulse is an electrical pulse that is charged up and fired out in every direction from the unit using it. Unlike the one used by the mining core, if caught in the blast, the striker will not be stunned, but while taking a lot of damage, will itself become charged, releasing a small burst after a few seconds, taking further damage and causing damage to allies within range. If used by TRISTEGO, it will also cause the outer ring you stand on to become electrified. While electrified, it will do no damage to you, but will cause its own burst after a few seconds, which can then cause you to become electrified and push out a small burst. Now for the ways I find best in taking this thing out. Taking the twin rockets and a full inventory of rockets is the best plan for modular weapons, as they make any striker more than up to the task and won't cost you anything. TRICERA prototype uses the Gatling guns, mosquito drones, Chlorite Pulse and howitzer. Using the twin rocket launchers to take out the drones in 5 shots is an easy enough way to deal with them. Alternatively, you can simply dodge when they show that they are targeting you. If each member of your team focuses on 1 drone each, they should go down fast. When using its Gatling guns, simply move to the side or jump over it. When it uses its howitzer, it's easy enough to avoid by just continuing to move. Getting behind it will deal with most of its attacks. Other than its drones and Chlorite Pulse, none of its attacks can reach above it, so simply standing on top will almost completely mitigate any risk it could pose. And this unit has been majorly weakened thanks to it not having any form of shields and the Fiddler drones to repair itself. Things get a bit sillier against STEGO prototype, as there is a way to make it not be able to hit you once. STEGO prototype uses the Rocket Pod, Rapid Rocket Pod, Stasis Field, Hailstorm Burst, and Chlorite Pulse. None of the rockets are able to hit you if you go right up against STEGO prototype, simply flying around STEGO prototype in circles. Once standing behind it, whenever it turns, it will either use a Hailstorm Burst or the Rocket Pods. Since the burst is far more common, fly up to avoid the attack, or go to a spot that is not in a direct left, right, front, or back line from the striker, and you will be completely unharmed. In a similar vein, going up and backwards will avoid the Chlorite Pulse entirely. Thus, staying behind STEGO prototype and moving up and back periodically will make it an easy fight. Now comes the tricky bit. Fighting TRISTEGO is a race against time. It will start the fight by breaking the floor, making it harder to have a safe space to stand, where it will then use every move of both prototypes when in either STEGO mode or TRICERA mode. The Chlorite Pulse becomes far more dangerous, with it making so you cannot stand on the ground after a second. Knowing the timing means you can minimize your energy consumption in dodging it, an important skill to have, since later in the fight there will be gaps in the ring after the mosquito drones destroy chunks of it. As more chunks are destroyed, the only way to deal with TRISTEGO is to move to the other side at times, which, along with having to dodge everything, can quickly leave you drained. So energy conservation will be a must. I suggest using your normal movement speed if you are using a striker that does not have a surplus of energy. Most attacks can be dealt with the same, jumping over the Gatling or quick dodges around the howitzer shots. But for things like the Rapid Rocket Pod, if you plan to stay close the safest place is on top of TRISTEGO as opposed to on the platform, which works similar to STEGO, where you can move off then back on periodically. This will be the plan for most melee strikers, which will actually have a crucial role in this battle. At times, TRISTEGO will move around a bit to better face the striker they are targeting. If there is a melee on top dealing a lot of damage, such as a Frail with its charged shield, then it will shuffle a bit but fail to aim at them. If it does this a few times, it's possible to bait TRISTEGO into the magma below, meaning that it's now too low for the Gatling guns to ever hit anything, and it will be taking constant damage, making the fight much quicker. And remember, you never get hit by the red laser of its howitzer, as it will deal massive damage in an attack you cannot stop. Surprisingly, regular TRICERA is one of the best options for this gauntlet in my eyes. From massive health and shield, its energy just being enough if managed properly, the small space and easy to read movements of the battle means TRICERA's major weaknesses are not a huge issue. The healing will be pivotal for both yourself and your allies, and how the anti-missile systems can majorly mess up STEGO prototype and TRISTEGO in STEGO form. Focusing on heavier units massively reduces any worry for the fight, but when it comes down to it, the damage or health shouldn't be a main decider, as your main weapon should just be the twin rocket pods, and the attacks are easy enough to dodge around, which makes it so that any striker is viable really. So it's completely fine to disregard my advice and just go in there as any striker and just dodge around a few times and be completely fine. Above all, get the job done and come back quickly for some festival fun. There's still some snow lying around if you want to have a snowball fight. Oh, and Christian, we can totally get one of these upgraded with the mind bridge system, right? I have a few ideas on how we can enhance it even further, and I think it'd be a really good idea to get one. Not just for the formidable power they have, but also for your continued safety. So, gonna get onto that, buddy? I think you really, really should. Okay. Bye.